I want this to be the last video you watch on Google Ads campaign setup because the wrong setup can make every optimization after it useless. In this video, I'll show you the campaign structure that I'd use if I wanted to actually make money with Google Ads. We work with a wide range of services and e-commerce businesses managing a combined ad spend of around $1 million a year for Google and Meta for clients who need better results, cleaner tracking, better insights, and a more technical path to positive return on investment. The best campaign structure is business dependent. It depends on the business itself, what they need, what lifetime revenue there are, and a bunch of other factors that change the best structure or setup for you. But here are 3 core things that every account needs to have to ensure their campaign is set up for success. Now, looking at the core 3 concepts we're having a look today. The 3 main things that are going to make or break your campaign structure is conversion tracking, the campaign structure itself, and the campaign by return on investment. So let's look at conversion tracking. Conversion tracking ensures you're measuring how many form submissions, how many phone calls, and how many sales you're getting from Google Ads. It's why campaigns succeed and it's why campaigns fail. Conversion tracking tells Google what customers have taken action and where they originated from. Without that, you'll be optimizing towards the wrong thing and Google's AI will learn all of the wrong things. So jumping into the ads manager, as you'll see here, you've got a whole bunch of different keywords with all different types of conversion volumes and all different types of cost. Now, if we look at the conversions high to low, we'll see that there are some terms that are delivering significant amounts of conversion value while maintaining a significantly low cost per lead. However, when you have a look at some of the more expensive cost per clicks, you'll see that some of the keywords that have a high cost per click and a relatively high cost per conversion may, if you're not tracking properly, want to be removed. However, in these scenarios, we know that these keywords are responsible for, while they are expensive conversions relative to the average, they also have a super high margin and a super high close rate. So without knowing that, you'll be operating on a pure cost basis rather than a value to the business basis. So making sure that you have the actual cost per conversions and the conversions are actually correct is one of the most important steps you need to take to ensure your ads are set up for success. So the second key pillar is separating your campaigns into acquisition versus brand. Brand is branded traffic, right? So people who are searching your particular company and or variations of your company pricing, company reviews, etc., etc. You want to make sure that you have a clean, separate campaign for brand and a clean, separate campaign for acquisition. In acquisition, you want to ensure that you are adding a negative keyword for your branded traffic to ensure that all of the brand goes to brand and all of the customers who are new to you go to the acquisition account. This will show you a clean picture of the return on investment you're getting from new versus returning customers. We recently ordered an account the other day that was getting an 8 ROAS, so $8 in return for every dollar they spent. And they're very happy with that. However, the issue was he was including brand in his acquisition campaign. So when you remove the branded traffic, the ROAS was actually $6 for every dollar he's getting back, which means Google is going to deprioritize the acquisition traffic and go more towards the branding traffic because he's telling Google he wants an 8 ROAS or better, and the actual terms that are producing the 8 ROAS is branded traffic. So we came in and split the accounts out. And as you can see here, the ROAS at a branded campaign is 27.13, whereas the acquisition is 8.6 and the other acquisition is 9.2. Those shifts there are dramatic. Splitting out the branded campaign means that Google is going to go after new customers without hiding the pure results in branded traffic. If you're finding this helpful so far, subscribe for more no fluff Google Ads and Meta Ads videos focusing on technical fixes, clear insights, and better ROI. And thirdly, we want to look at campaign by return on investment. Now, it's important to set up campaigns by ROI, meaning that the services or products that have the best lifetime value using actual sales data in conjunction with the leads data is going to produce a better campaign structure. You want to be paying more for clients that are worth more to you and less for clients that are worth less to you, right? Having one campaign that has a blended approach is going to ensure that you're going to bid the same amount roughly per customer, regardless of the output. So, for example, if we have a look down here, we have a customer here that is a $20 cost per lead, and they convert 80%, which means that we're getting a new customer for $25 versus a $200 cost per lead that converts at 50% and a $400 new customer. Now, on paper, obviously, this one seems significantly better, but when you look at the sales data itself, and you see that the service is worth $90 or the lifetime value is $90, that $25 new customer, not a bad investment, but not a great investment, right? In comparison, if the $400 customer buys the same service 10 times and they become a $2,000 lifetime value, that $400 customer is now producing a significantly better return than the 2000, right? Because if we have a look down here and say, well, for every $2,000 in revenue, I spent $400 to get it, it's giving you a 5 ROAS. Whereas for every $90 in revenue, I'm spending 25 to get the customer, you're getting a 3.6 ROAS over here. So on paper, at this level, you're always looking at, right, the cost per lead is, sorry, at this level, the cost per lead is 25 versus cost per lead is 400. If you had a campaign structure that merged the two, you would never give the keywords that produce a $200 cost per lead a chance, because they would never look like they were worthwhile. But by segmenting the campaigns by ROI, you would probably start at this level and avoid this level overall, because the cost per customer is not even worth trying to attract versus the $2,000 customer. When we put this all together, we want to make sure we have a clear conversion tracking with a clear acquisition versus brand. And with our acquisition campaigns, we want to make sure that we are setting them up per the best ROI possible. And that may mean selecting certain services and ignoring others. These 3 changes will take your account to a whole new level. But if you're finding you're still not getting the results you need, or implementing this is just too confusing, you can check out the first link in the description to get a free account audit from me and my team on exactly what needs to be done without any of the guesswork. And finally, if you want a more hands-on approach, watch our new video on the top 9 Google Ads mistakes to avoid. Once you understand how Google Ads has changed, that setup will be the difference you need.